Probably get more in-depth grinding stuff like this in GTA 6. Yeah, I mean, I think that's one of the things that I would really love to see in 6 Online, like a depth, right? In a way, I think like kind of like spending more time in this might actually result into like what is potentially like a video on the main channel at some point to kind of like discuss like, hey, I know RP is probably not gonna be the most sought after thing, but you can already tell though that Rockstar very much is eyeballing RP and is doing things from RP, right? Like the car wash, etc. At RP, I've noticed Rockstar adds to GTA 6 Online. There's a real issue with trying to do too many RP things in GTA 6 Online or just in GTA Online in general. For the simple reason that RP is something that requires basically other people that are also willing to interact with each other, if that makes sense. If I want to go and do a A-level boost, in translation basically is boost is basically you go to a car, you try to steal it, NPCs show up, cops might show up, etc. But there's the higher you go, you start having to like do hacking mini games and stuff like that, right? But you need to have a driver and someone else there too to do the hacking for you, right? And because of Rockstar's direction seemingly to more solo-friendly stuff too, the latest example being the car wash and stuff again as well, where it doesn't even make sense to do it with more than one person. But then there's also the Oscar Guzman stuff, which is the polar opposite. So there's definitely like, I think from an art, I'm kind of starting to wonder, because like there's pizza jobs and that sort of stuff that are in GTA Online, and I think that the RP influence is definitely there because of that. Why can't Rockstar just let the players choose what Fell Life Freedom experience they want? Because I think that if you end up doing that, you'll probably start splitting the player base. I think they tried doing something like it in Red Dead Online, where they had like the defensive modes, and then they got rid of all the different sort of like, you know, blips and that sort of stuff, which effectively just killed the game in a way, because like you couldn't see where players were, so you kind of always thought you were playing by yourself, which I guess has a double-edged sword, because on one hand you don't have to deal with griefers as much, and on the other you're kind of cooked because you think that there's no one else in the game basically. The whole defensive mode thing too was like, you know, admirable as well, but I think at the end of the day people will always find a way to be an asshole, and I don't think that will ever change. People will always find a way around it to grief you. And I don't think there's really anything else but just an attitude adjustment required from the player base. But good luck doing that when you have millions of players and there's a small majority of people that can do a lot of damage. To take PC for example, all you need is one person with a mod menu and hey presto, there you go, your game has been crashed. Now obviously nowadays it isn't as much of an issue as it used to be, as I'm going the wrong way. Because I've always personally found like the whole griefing thing to be quite funny, because most of these griefers are not good at the game, and they are very easily avoidable. If you see someone on a Oppressor Mark II, by default you know that 99% of the time they got no clue how to use it unless they're locking onto it. And the moment you even do the slightest bit of fighting back against most griefer boyos, they immediately back off, because they're like, oh shit. But I think in most situations, it's just kind of easier to just sit there like video game bad, griefers bad. It's like if you don't want to deal with all those folks, then, you know, Infinite Only I guess exists nowadays, so you can just sit by yourself, and for this probably like a worse experience. I personally always just find it funny if there's like griefers and stuff like that attacking me and shit. It's just like, you've accomplished nothing. But I hope it helps your ego. Raven Racing is crazy was added because of the missile jammer? Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, like, missile jammers, for example, that's like a good anti-griefing measure, because you have the capabilities of not getting locked on. And getting locked on and killed feels cheap. And if Rockstar is just like, hey, you can get these lock-on missile jammers, then there you go. That's a good solution towards the griefing problem.